Welcome to Whovian Wire podcast, in which we go through each episode of Doctor Who after watching it and yap about it because we're both Doctor Who nerds. This is Josh and I am Alan, and in today's episode we are focusing on a Christmas invasion. Wow! The first episode of David Tennant as the Doctor. Well, even though he's asleep most of it.
Do we count this as a Doctor Light episode?
I generally think it would be classed as a Doctor Light episode.
To be fair, there's a question for another episode that I'm going to ask. I think I've spoken to you about it before, but...
Okay. Is that a post-it note for when the episode comes?
Yes.
Right,
yes.
Okay, sure. We'll just get into it. So, I mean, yeah, this is a new era, a Christmas special. This is technically the first proper Christmas special of Doctor Who. There was one in 1965, but the BBC lost its... It didn't archive its episodes properly and lost it. So it's actually, you can't find it anywhere now. It's gone. It's lost footage. But there is a Christmas special from 1965 somewhere kicking.
What, with the first Doctor?
Yeah. But, yeah. But because they've lost it and it's not been aired since, this is classed as the first proper Christmas special. So, exciting, fun. You had to wait.
If we find it, well, it might be under the bed somewhere.
Yeah. When was this? Probably 5-6 months after Titans of Away. So, people anticipating it. Who is this Doctor? And
was it announced that it was going to be Christmas special?
Yeah, at the end of Titans of Away, it literally says Doctor Who will return at Christmas. But if you watch it on BBC iPlayer, for some reason they got rid of the Doctor Who will return at Christmas. So. Probably because you can just binge watch it, so we're probably a bit like, yeah, well, you don't need it, do you?
True.
Yeah. But actually, there was a Children in Need special what came out before this special, before this episode, in which it's the 10th Doctor and Rose still in the TARDIS after he just regenerated. And yeah, did you not know about this? Oh.
No.
Oh, I'm telling you, it's like a 10-minute mini-sode. And it actually kind of sets up things for the Christmas special. Right, okay, I did not know you didn't know that. All right, I'll send you it. Everyone who doesn't know, click off this podcast, come back though, and go watch the 2005 Children in Need special, because it sets up...
Can I disappear and go watch it too?
But no, it sets up some plot convenience, not plot, some plot for the Christmas special. We see that the Doctor's saying like, right, where should we go? I've not seen it in a good few years, so don't fully quote me on exactly how it goes. But what happens is the Doctor is all a bit energetic and a bit more whoa, he's going around the TARDIS right, where we going? It's Barcelona, but you can see that something seems a bit off with him. And Rose is in shock throughout this, she's still watching this man who's changed face but the Doctor hasn't really kind of confronted her. So she says, "Who are you? Where did the Doctor go? Bring the Doctor back." And because to her, she thinks it's a teleportation thing just happened or something like that. She thinks the Doctor's teleported away and this man's teleported into where the Doctor was. So she's because to be fair, she's trying to process what's gone on. And yeah, so but then the Doctor's it's me. I am the Doctor, but you can tell that he actually generally is concerned because Rose does not believe him. She does eventually kind of start to believe him, but then he's are you wanting to go home? Again, not seeing this in a few years, so I probably will watch it after this podcast episode just to recap myself. But he does literally say something are you wanting to go home? Because he can tell that Rose seems off with him now. Anyways,
yeah,
they start to go back in time to Rose's modern day London, where all of a sudden he's let's go faster and faster. He speeds up how fast the TARDIS is going through the vortex, and you can tell that the Doctor's kind of gone a bit crazy. Regeneration still happening, so he's kind of not himself. He's a bit cuckoo, and it kind of set, and then so the TARDIS starts literally putting on alarms and stuff because it shouldn't be going this fast. It's going at I don't know how fast the TARDIS normally goes, but faster than normal. So the TARDIS alarms are going
10,000
off.
hours a second.
Whoa. But yeah, so the TARDIS pretty much is out getting slingshotted through the vortex at a speed what is unknown to the TARDIS. And you can tell that the Doctor's a bit crazy. And that's how the children need special ends, with it saying, meet us at Christmas. So yeah. Now, for anyone who didn't watch it, it doesn't alter too much because the episode kind of still works if you don't watch it. Like, for example, you've not seen it and, you know, that's fine. Because you can't do that. You
But
can't.
not like you explaining half of it.
Yeah.
You explain half. I'm like, oh, you know what? Yeah.
Like, the thing is,
Still explain
we
something.
can't put anything too major into Children Need Special. It's meant to be a little bit of fun. And that's what this is. It's a bit of fun. You can go on with your life and not need to watch it and still enjoy the opening of the Christmas special, the Christmas Invasion. So anyways, but this explains why... well, actually, I'll get to it when we start. So we'll start this episode and then explain what happens. Yeah. So we start the episode with a very famous opening of the moon panning to the Earth and then the camera zooming in, which is from Rose. It's the exact same shot. They reused it.
Oh.
What do you mean? Oh.
I didn't notice that, to be honest.
It's like a very famous shot in Doctor Who of like the opening like that.
I know it's very famous, just doesn't mean that I remember.
Anyways, so we see Jackie decorating a Christmas tree and picking up a present with a label like Rose, but she don't know if Rose is going to be home for Christmas. She don't know. It could be another year until she sees her. But so yeah, there's like a nice little moment where she's like, when it cuts to Mickey in like a garage, like fixing a car, and then he's like, wait a minute, like you can hear briefly the TARDIS engines, and like Mickey's like, turn it down to like one of the other people, like close to the radio, and he's like, turn it down, and then they turn it down, and then you actually start to hear the TARDIS engines like coming in. So he immediately bolts out, and then it cuts to Jackie also hearing the TARDIS engines. So they kind of clash into each other outside. Like it's Rose, it's the Doctor. You know, like where are they though? Because they hear the TARDIS, but they don't know where it is. And then all of a sudden, the TARDIS appears out the air and crashes into a building and crash landed. That's because the TARDIS were going too fast, so it didn't have time to land. So that appearing in the sky and crashing into a building is because the TARDIS was just getting. So yeah, like it's a fun little bit. It's a fun little bit.
Something I did like is the fact that they actually include, when it obviously is crashing into the buildings, is the little detail of like bricks flying out as well. Something they probably didn't actually need to.
No, I mean, you probably got... Again, it was like a less than a second scene of it literally... It's literally a very good crash.
So you wouldn't notice any of it.
Exactly. Don't get me wrong. Does it look very CGI box? Yes. Like, it does not look like a wooden police box. It looks like they literally slapped a sticker on of the police box when it lands, because it's like, well, granted, yes, you can't just throw a fucking wooden police box against the wall and then onto the ground sliding. I get that.
I mean, even when they were filming, what is it? The first or two part of, what's it called? Shooter's first season, the first two part of Sutek and all that.
Yeah.
You know when the TARDIS comes flying into the unit,
lands in the unit.
They were following a tennis ball. They were following a tennis ball. That's what they had to put their eye on.
I didn't actually watch any like confidential things. So I didn't know what they did to.
It came from it came to TikTok. I was like,
oh, right,
fairs. Even then, even in like 2020, 3 or 4, when they were filming it, they're still using this type of stuff.
Well, it's the fact that like
just
you can't
full CGI.
Yeah. But let's be realistic. They probably didn't even afford tennis balls back then, so it was more of a just look up at that building over there and picture this police box doing it.
Then again, they didn't have a pan of them like looking at it going left and right to each building.
I did like the fact that there's just a Royal Mail van that almost gets hit by the TARDIS. So just like, I love that the guy didn't even step out the van, but almost got hit by a police box out of nowhere. So anyways, yeah. So Jackie and Mickey run up to the TARDIS, and David Tennant, the 10th Doctor, steps out, and he's like, "Oh, hello, guys." Hello, I can't remember exactly what it says, like Mickey or whatever he says, and he's like, oh, I've got something to say. It's really important. And that's like, Merry Christmas, and then just like passes out. And then Rose steps out the TARDIS, and Jackie's like, "Where's the Doctor?" And Rose is like, That's him." And it's like, "That's who?" "That's the Doctor." And then Jackie does the most like the classic Doctor Who.
Roll credits.
Whoa.
Which way?
Yeah, roll credits.
Which way they do roll the credits.
Yeah, and we see David Tennant's name in the credits now, so it's official. The nail on the coffin. And I think they've tweaked the series 2 intro music just a bit. I swear it's been tweaked a bit. I think it's been tweaked.
I noticed they still. The only thing I know the difference between David Tennant and Christopher Eccleston's is when the title shows up. That will title thing.
Yeah, it does look a bit more refined, doesn't it?
It's not that much different, but when it comes to like the way, I think with the proper season and like onwards, they have like more detail to it.
Again,
I don't
camera
know
quality in it. Yeah, no,
not even that. It's like it comes in same shape, but they've got like cracks
I know
or something.
Yeah, it's been tweaked. It's got like less lights coming out of it. Like they have like dots going across the logo of it, which normally I think in the first series has like lights shining out, where they kind of turn it down so it's a bit more visible of the title, I believe.
Yeah, I'm having a look at it now. Yeah, it's like it's not cracked. It's like lava and like
it's
orangey yellow.
It's like I'll throw it up on the podcast, so if you're watching it, you can see it. But yeah. I'll put up on series 1 and series 2, and so you can see it. Yeah, I'll put it up, and so you can have a bit of comparison.
I think that does look better. Obviously, we haven't got to that point, but
you can. But it's been refined a bit before text intro. So yeah, yes, and then it cuts to Jackie bringing Rose a stethoscope, heartbeat.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that was the right name because I had a brain fog moment. Then
I'll be honest, I don't know what it is either.
Oh, right, okay. So Jackie brings her a stethoscope from one of her council estate nurse friends. I don't know wherever she got it from. I think she does mention something about like a friend of hers, but let her borrow it.
I think it's her friend. There's a tenant and they're a nurse, and that's how she got it.
Right, okay.
But they will sleep, so just walk in and take it.
Wait, in their flat?
No, I think it's in like someone else's flat or house.
Oh, I'm gonna say because like, if they're like split in the rooms with Jackie, why the hell did they not do anything with a Christmas tree? But yeah, so Rose then listens to the Doctor's like heartbeat, and she's like, okay. No. First though, Jackie's like, okay, I still think we should take him to the hospital, and Rose immediately like shuts her down, like, no, we can't. They'll look him up and dissect him. One bottle of his blood could literally change like the human race forever. Like, and that is true.
Yeah.
In a later episode coming way down the line, they have to burn the Doctor's body. Spoilers. Well, ish. You don't know when, but yeah, spoilers. And it's because one cell of the Doctor, a human, like aliens would literally wipe out an entire galaxy for one cell of a Time Lord, because like it's such a magical thing. It's like it's a power source, which they do actually mention in this episode. Like, like it's so powerful, like themselves in his body and stuff. Like they could literally, use it for bad, evil, and it's just So then she listens to his hearts, and she's like, okay, good, both working. And then Jackie's like, what do you mean both? And then Buzz says, yeah, he's got 2 hearts. And then Jackie's like, has he got anything else he's got 2 of? I just love it. Like, I don't know. It's a little innuendo, I feel. And then we see the Doctor breathe out some regeneration energy when they walk away, and it goes out the window and into space. So it's like, okay, so much going on here. You don't have to.
Something right.
Why are you showing us going into space? Surely just coming out of him like would be enough. So yeah, oh, and then Jackie starts pressing on Rose about like, so where's he gone? Like, how does he change his face? And like, like expecting Rose to know all the answers.
Technical.
Yeah, and Rose just breaks down to Jackie and like, she's like, I thought I knew him, Mum. I thought I knew, but I forgot he's an alien. I just didn't expect him to do this. And to be fair, there's one thing thinking, oh yeah, I'm used to it. He's an alien. Good on him. And then realizing, oh yeah, this alien can fully change face. There's a lot for a new person to handle, to be fair. I'll give her that. Like, I think
she's going to be still learning stuff in this episode too.
Well, yeah, but I think she handles it fairly well. For what's happened, it's understandable. Yes, you've been traveling with like a man, a friend, platonic friend, a man. But then,
as you can tell, we still don't agree with that kiss.
No, we do not. But then obviously, then seeing this new guy wearing the same clothes but different face, different height, different new teeth, it's a lot. It's a lot to handle. I guess if it was the same teeth, then that would be weird. But but yeah, there's a lot to handle. So I think she's handling it quite well. But then she gets distracted when she sees Harriet Jones from the Savine two-parters on TV, and she has become Prime Minister, which they did set that up, didn't they? They were like, are you eating a biscuit whilst we do this? Right.
I'm hungry.
Right. So yeah, we see that Harriet Jones has become Prime Minister, which we did set up in the Savine two-parters. Another reason why there's aspects of Savine two-parters what is needed and not do. I'm still not a fan, but I'll allow it. And at the time, Harriet Jones, she was brilliant in that two-parter. She was funny, always announcing herself to everyone, and no one ever knew who she was, but she kept announcing it to her people. And then we find out, and then we see a satellite in space crash into a rock, and like it kind of opens up the rock and then gets like sucked in, and then and it's like potential alien threat. Yeah, so it's just like setting up this thing's setting up, and we see, and then it comes to Rose and Jackie Christmas shopping, which is I do like. I don't know. I feel like this whole episode's got like such a nice warming Christmassy feel. Feels like a true Christmas special, I think. I feel like some series Christmas specials have been a bit. Do you know like the Wedding of River Song? Not Wedding of River Song. Do you know that Christmas episode with River Song and the Peter Capaldi?
Yeah. Oh, the Husbands of River Song.
Is it that? Yeah, but it's like a good episode. I'm not dissing it. It just don't feel like much of a Christmas episode.
No.
But this one actually feels Christmassy, and we literally see a Christmas choir of like Santas playing.
The thing is, it also has like the view of what actually happens at Christmas. Like usually you just see what the Doctor does, and like what he's experiencing. Here you're experiencing Rose's point of view of what she does on a yearly basis, which is go shopping.
Yeah, it's nice. It's wholesome. It's got a lovely vibe to it. It's got a really nice vibe to it. And then so Buzz then starts to worry though about the Doctor, and like I think he's dead, or like something like she's still trying to process why he's like just zonked out in a bed and not doing anything. Again, processing and stuff. But then Ricky kind of just like crumbles aside, like, please, can we just enjoy Christmas for what it is? Please. Like, she's fully, and to be fair, she even accepts it. Like, okay, I'll try my best. And she starts walking around like some Christmas stalls when she sees one of the Santas. Now, all these Santas are like playing instruments, and I think the song is God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen, I believe.
I don't know any Christmas songs, so
Oh.
I wouldn't be able to help you there.
I think it's a
Usually
bit of a...
it does say in the episode, doesn't it?
Does it? I
Usually.
Well, actually, yeah, it might have done. I don't know. But I think it's because...
When it says songs, it says the song name and then like...
Oh, does it? I wasn't paying attention. Again,
Like,
I'm right. I'm literally doing this throughout the episode. Like, oh, watching, notes, watching, notes. Takes 2 hours to watch a 1 hour episode, guys. So yeah, there's a lot of... But yeah. I think the thing is, I think that is played in A Christmas Carol, a Charles Dickens thing. So is it a bit of a wink, wink, nudge, nudge? I think it is played in it at the end, like when he's all joyful and yippee, a new lease of life. I think that's. So I'm gonna class it as a bit of a nod to Charles Dickens. It might not be. It might just be a little. Again, it's a very famous Christmas song, and it's playing on brass instruments and stuff. So it could literally just be that. That's it. Nothing more to say. But I'm gonna say in my own heart that it's a little nod to Unquiet Dead Charles Dickens. Anyways, but then
headcanon.
Exactly, yeah, headcanon. But then Rose starts to get a bit suspicious because while she's walking, one of the Santas is just staring at her, and then immediately when Rose looks, he just turns away and then they start to follow her and Mickey around the stalls, and then they stop playing the instruments and just put them down to the chests and then just turn them at Rose, and then one of them's a flamethrower, what gets one of them's a missile or an explosion thing, like a bomb. So pretty much.
I don't remember seeing this.
What do you mean?
I saw the flamethrower. Maryland's flamethrower caught my eye because it's kind of.
Well, okay, yeah, I know. Chaos. Anyways, chaos breaks out. People start running and screaming. They're trying to pretty much kill Jackie and Rose. Not Jackie. Fuck's sake. There's too many Jack. I'm gonna. They're trying to kill Mickey and Rose, and then Rose and Mickey do get into a taxi and pretty much go, go, go. And they start spam calling Jackie. And Mickey's why us? Why? And it's well, it's not us. We're not important, but who's laying in our bed at home? But yeah, so they're spam calling Jackie, but she's on the phone yapping to one of her friends about oh, she just pulled up on Christmas Eve and I'm expected to have everything ready.
And just dumps a bunch everywhere,
So we do get back to the flat and everything for now seems normal-ish, but then we're okay, we need to go. We do we have somewhere we can go, Lake District or something like that? Mickey's not Mickey, Jackie is it's Christmas Eve, I'm not going anywhere. Even though, I'm sorry, listen to a person who's been through alien threats and stuff. Just assume, and she's panicked, so just assume and be yep, let's go. But then all of a sudden, Rose was kind of glances in the corner of her eye, and she's is that a new Christmas tree? And she's yeah, well, you got it, right? And she's no, and it's but I thought you went shopping. I just assumed that you got it. And she's no, that wasn't me. So who calls that Christmas tree? And then they all start to get really wary, and then all of a sudden the Christmas tree lights turn on, and then it starts to play. I don't know what song it's called, but music dun 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 dun. Is it Jingle Bells? It's just Jingle Bells. It does sound like Jingle Bells.
Fun fact about this: I think there's 3 songs that actually use the same tune. They're kids songs, but anyway, but yeah.
But anyway, I think it's something
Josh's fun fact.
It's something like a enhanced Jingle Bells or something like that. That's not the main attraction. The tree's been in a tornado now towards him. So Jackie tries to run out, and Rose is no, we need to get the doctor. We need to get him out. And she's leave him. But and anyways, they get dragged in. And whilst Mickey picks up a chair and okay, I'm going to try and stop this thing, and just the chair just literally gets what do you call it when it gets friction down? Stubbed down?
I was thinking of sandpaper.
But yeah, okay, pretty much
like,
the chair
grinded.
Yeah,
it was getting grinded.
The chair gets grinded down within seconds, and like Mickey's like, ah! And so the tree is not stopping by any chance. It wasn't just the wind. It was never. It must have been a wind situation. So they all end up being in the room with the doctor, like with the doors shut, and the tree kind of like breaks into the room. And Jackie's like, I'm gonna get killed by a Christmas tree, which is a very famous line of Doctor Who. Iconic. Like, if you're not putting up a Christmas tree and not saying something like that, are you really a Whovian? And whilst all that's going on,
forward on you, just I'm gonna get killed by a Christmas tree.
Oh, jeez. But whilst all that's going on, Rose runs and grabs the Dr. Sonic, puts it in his hand, and she just whispers in his ears. What did she whisper? Something like
help me.
Help me, that's it. And the Doctor just immediately locks in, gets up with his Sonic, like, and the Christmas tree just explodes.
You thought I was sleeping? That's the technique I learned.
Yeah. Generally. If that's a little meme on our Whovian Wire Instagram. There's a meme about that. So the Christmas tree explodes and the Doctor seems to be awake now. And my brain is glooping. So the Doctor then
they got some clothes on, head outside.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the Doctor's
it's remote controlled.
Yeah, the Doctor's
he immediately just knows that. Like, it's been remote controlled.
He's a smart guy. But yeah.
He's been asleep.
Wow. Even though
he had no time to think about this.
Well, you say that, but then in the end of the episode, does he not say, you was going to abandon me or something like that to us? Does that mean he was kind of somewhat present? Because he does say that at the end of the episode, like.
I think that's referring to when she,
granted, he then, granted, he does backtrack and be like, oh, that's rude. Am I rude now? So, but still, he has the idea that Rose is going to abandon him. So,
I think like it was more because he wasn't getting up, and they had to go try and defend Earth somehow. I mean, it's fair. Okay, no, I'm saving this till we actually get to that.
We'll get to that. So anyway, so the Doctor's like, remote control. So he knows that they're outside, apparently. Well, I guess they would have to be somewhat close if we were remote controlling. And he goes outside.
On the roof.
He goes outside and sees the Santas from the Christmas market. And he just doesn't say all. He just puts his sonic screwdriver up and almost like a threat. And they just teleport away. And it's like... Pilot.
What the fuck's he gonna do? Assemble a cabinet in at them?
So he's like, pilot fish. And Mickey's like, what are they doing here? And he's like, I feel like I'm skipping ahead. I am skipping ahead. Yeah, sorry. Mickey's like, what how did they follow us home? How do we know? And then the Doctor collapses in pain and like says, you woke me up too early, I'm still regenerating. and the pilot fish can smell it. But then the Doctor then starts to struggle even more, and it's like, I need, and then Jackie, I'm gonna try and say what Jackie said. I'm not gonna say it all because she does literally like list every single medicine known to man. But she's like, painkillers, do you need aspirin, codeine, paracetamol, beptamismol, liquid paraffin, and then so on. So I'm not going to rest him, but literally she names every single drug known to man, and the Doctor's like, I need, and then just bursts out, I need you to shut up.
Okay, I've got another question. Why does she have all this in her apartment?
I've got a lot of this in my house.
Do you have all of it in your house?
I've got codeine, paracetamol.
Well, paracetamol is given, yeah.
Pepto-Bismol, I think I've got. And also, I guess she could have run to a shop. She could have run to a shop. I guess she could have said, I'll run to a shop for you.
He's there fucking dying.
Yeah, but at least if she knew what he needed, at least it could be like a boop, boop, go. instead of just assuming what he might need.
She would have grabbed everything. I mean, she did say she was £18 off. Thanks to Harriet Jones. That £18 could have gone somewhere.
Yeah, so thank you, Harriet Jones. The golden age. We need another golden age because we are losing money now. Anyways, but then the doctor then stumbles after saying, "I need you to shut up," and he's like, "We don't have much time," and then he gets distracted and while reaching into his dressing down is like, "An apple?" And then Jackie's like, "Yeah, sorry, that's Howard. He gets hungry in his sleep. He eats in his sleep." And then all of a sudden, pain kicks in again, like, "Ah!" And then he's like,
"Who doesn't eat in their sleep?"
Yeah, obviously. Right. But anyways, but then he kind of has to lock in because he's about to pass out again, and he's like, "Pilot fish, they're just small. They're not the threat here. They come before the storm," or whatever he says. But he's like, he tries to warn her by saying like something big is coming, and then passes out. And then it passes out. They get back into bed, and Mickey gets his laptop and like looks up like, what does he mean by pilot fish? Like, and he's like, and they're like, okay, so if they're the pilot fish, which is like your little sardines or whatever, like swimming. But apparently, pilot fish normally stay near big fish like sharks and stuff, and that's what he means. Is like there's a shark come in, and they were just the pilot fish.
There's a storm brewing.
There's a storm brewing. But whilst that's also going on the news in the background, we hear about Probe Guinevere, I believe is what they call it. The satellite thing we saw.
Guinevere,
that's it. The thing we got sucked into the rock is now apparently got new images for Earth, which is, meant to be exciting. Woohoo! Space. Ooh. We're finally exploring space. And they're like, so here's the first look at some like space rocks or whatever. And then they all get distracted when they see like a very like fuzzy, the signal's not great on the TV. So but like the second it locks in, that's not rocks. And then all of a sudden everyone goes into the TV like, what is that? And then whatever, like the monster screams pretty much, and they all startle themselves. And then we cut to Harriet Jones immediately pulling up to Unit. So Unit is still big in Doctor Who now. I'm assuming. Well, I mean, I know they was briefly mentioned in the Savine episode, but now they're literally at the headquarters of Unit. And again, Unit's a big part of Doctor Who, so I'm happy that he kept it. But yeah, so she goes to Unit again. She is Prime Minister, and she starts discussing plans with them. And then we find out that the ship is moving fast towards Earth. Like, apparently it's already like 5,000 miles above Earth, so it's heading there fast. And apparently they've only got like 5 hours to figure out what to do before, it gets to Earth. And my brain is hurting.
You've only just watched the episode.
I know. I don't know.
But then again, I watched it I think I finished watching it like an hour before you did.
Exactly. And I'm sorry, but I've got like 1,000-word paragraph in front of me right now. Right, yes, sorry. My dyslexia as well is not helping me, so everyone, I do apologize. So when I do sometimes in struggling, that's because I'm generally trying to look at something and the words are just doing this on my phone. Woo! So, anywho's, yes, but I think what fucked me up is because I put Jackie and not Mickey. Mickey also has access to seeing that the ship is coming towards Earth, and obviously how he knows is because he knows the codes because of a doctor when he got given them in World War III, like for the missile. So he can now just hack onto the the Unit website and look for himself what's going on, which I do love. And yes, and he's like asking, so have you seen these before? Though it's like, have you seen these in your adventures? And she's like, no. And they start speaking on the screen to Unit. Well, I'm assuming at Unit, but obviously they see it as well. And she's like, I can't understand them, but I can the TARDIS translate alien languages inside my head all the time, wherever I am, and I should be able to hear this. And Mickey's like, why isn't it doing it now? And Rose is like, I think the Doctor must be like a part of like the circuit or something like that, which we did discuss last episode. So we won't get too much more into that.
I don't think English would have changed that much in for what's it called? For the Bad Wolf episode, because everyone speaks English. So I don't English would have changed that much, and even then, I don't think it would have been just British people being abducted to go on to.
Well, this is a thing.
Big Brother.
This is a thing, though. Is it? Was it already getting translated for them?
Maybe, but even then, it's like
because that's the thing with Doctor is that they can easily avoid needing to come up with a new language 200,000 years in the future because they can just be like, well, you see, it's doing old English for those.
I mean, Planet of Dead. They came up with a whole new language there.
No, it was called a different point of view.
Yeah, but they had to come up with a new language for the Doctor to translate.
Right, okay. We only had to do one episode, and also it was Fly, which it was literally, it wasn't that hard. It wasn't like we actually it didn't have to come up with like a new language. It was literally just, or whatever it was. It wasn't that hard. It wasn't that. I think it was like a clicking thing.
I don't know. I haven't seen the episode.
Anyways, and then it cuts back to Harriet Jones, and she's like, asks Unit, like, have we had a Code 9? And like, has the Doctor been in touch? Now, Code 9, have they called it Code 9 because it's the 9th incarnation they know of? Or is that just what is under Code 9? It made me think, that's all. I was like, I wonder if they called it Code 9 because it's the 9th Doctor and they know it's the 9th, or am I looking too way too into it?
Actually, no, maybe.
Anyways, and she's like, so has he been in touch? And we're like, no. And we're like, fairer than that, what about Torchwood? I know, I'm not meant to know what Torchwood is. But have they been in touch yet? And we're like, we're getting in touch, but we're not like in touch yet, but we can get in touch if you want us to. Now, we don't know who Torchwood is yet. That's a new part of Doctor Who we don't know yet.
I'll be honest, when I thought the series Torchwood Bear stuff when they said about it.
No, but it's not built yet.
That's not it. That's not that.
Yeah. Well, that's because there's some development happens in the next few episodes. We hear more about Torchwood, and then to be fair, yeah. Anywho, but currently, we don't know who Torchwood is. All we know is they're a bit iffy from this episode, at least. And well, the Doctor also doesn't like Torchwood, but we'll find out why in a few episodes. Anyways, and then she's like, just get him ready just in case. And we're like, okay, in case of what? I'm assuming they're an alien division or something like that, from what you can tell. And they get like a translator of like the language the species is speaking, and like say, we're gonna treat you like cattle. We are the Sycorax. Finally, an alien thing I can say without too much struggle. And he tells her assistant to send a message back after getting that, like saying, "This is a day of peace of planet Earth, and we extend that peace to the Sycorax." But then tells him, but also send a message back saying, "But this planet is armed and we do not surrender," which I think is good. I think she handled that well. I think if you just say we surrender, you're kind of making yourselves look weak. So I think it's a good way to try and threaten the alien by offering peace at first. They're like, we offer peace, but we are defended. So if you do come to us, we are not gonna just give up. We're not gonna just show the white flag. So I think Harriet Jones actually handles it quite good in that. And yeah, and then it cuts back to Rose standing in the doorway looking at the doctor, and Jackie, whilst we're saying it, just sleeping. Like Jackie's zonked out near the doctor, and Mickey comes up and stands near her, and she's like, the doctor wouldn't do this. The old doctor, he'd wake up and he'd save us. And it's like, it is the doctor. It is. Chris Eccleston also would have, if he just regenerated and had problems with his regeneration, would have done the exact same thing.
Wouldn't you just go to bed? I would.
Go to your room. Oh, God. Anyways. Yeah, and then, but he goes back to the Sycorax when responding, and they literally pretty much don't respond by saying anything. They just put their hand up, and you see like a beam of light come out, and we're like, what's that? Why is there just a light? And then you see certain people in the background, that unit, randomly get like a blue orb around them, like a signal orby thingy bob, whatever you want to call it. And they all start walking, and people are like trying to stop them, like, you know, snap them out of it. But it's not everyone, just certain people. And they all start walking towards the roofs, the top of the buildings, everything, the roofs. But yeah, they start walking towards the roofs or any ledge, and pretty much it's not just unit, because then it cuts to like Jackie's flat, where everyone in that building, certain people will get in, walking out, and then it cuts to random streets, and then before you know it, it's like all the world is got certain people, not everyone, just certain people, all walking out, and we see that like landmarks of like, I think Rome, Paris, somewhere else, maybe. I think I don't know. There's different landmarks
everywhere.
Yeah, but different landmarks with loads of people on the landmarks themselves. I had to make sure, it was a landmark to know where we were.
I think it was everywhere, because they do have control of everyone on Earth, don't they?
Not everyone.
Well, everyone with.
Yeah, well.
That.
And they realize like 1/3 of the planet is under control. And then one of the scientists is like, they're all discussing like, how are they doing this? And one of the scientists is like, wait a minute, what's the link here? Go up and pull up some unit people, and it's like type A positive, A positive, A positive, and it's like, and we're like, oh, how do we only control this? And then when the scientist is like, oh no, oh no.
Something I do find funny is that the other guy says like, what are they like? Their fathers, brothers, sisters.
Yeah, it's never
they
like
said all this.
Yeah, but never husbands and wives. Yeah,
and then and then they forget everything that he just said and go focus on the blood thing.
But it's just the fact it's like just a scientist who's like just sent up this Guinevere probe thing. It's like, oh no, and we're like, what? Well, I did send some things up to space, like some music, a letter, maybe some type A positive blood. Why? Who's like, so let's send up some human blood to survey. Like, what's the logic there?
Why send like a bunch of music as well?
yeah, but still, it just
what everyone just starts singing like early 2000 music, like a fucking Girlfriend by Avril Lavigne. Just sending that up.
Hey, look, you got to get pop culture vibe for any aliens coming to Earth. You never know when we might need it. The Doctor might have needed it when he first landed on Earth.
But he's getting like all that Fallout music though.
He is getting. Oh my
god! No wonder the guy's civilized.
And also, what, 200-300 years old at that point? So
exactly.
Yeah, so we realize 1/3 of the planet is now all on the ledge, ready to jump pretty much. And it's like, okay, this is a bit of a threat. Just a bit.
Just a bit.
Just a bit. And then Harriet Jones is like, is tortured ready? And we're like, not yet. They have just lost 1/3 of their staff. Now, I didn't think A positive blood was the most common. I thought it was O. I thought O blood was the most common blood. Like that's the universal. That's like the universal blood type in it, or like you can like. I think I can get O positive. No, can I get O positive? There's something about O positive, something like that.
O positive is the most common blood type, and then second most is A positive.
Oh, okay. So it probably
Round. So
probably
O positive is 35%, 40%, and then second most is A positive being 30%.
all right. So 1/3 ish still. Okay, fair enough. All right, okay, that makes more sense then, I guess. But yeah, so she asks if Torch is ready, and the unit's like, I mean, we have just lost 1/3 of their men. And we're like, that's not good enough. And then she goes to make an announcement instead of a Queen's speech. So, you know, everyone with their Christmas dinners who are not A positive and don't know what's going on outside, getting there ready for the Queen's speech. Like go on, Queen's speech. If you're not British, every year we get, well, it used to be the Queen do a speech at Christmas. And she started it since the 60s, I believe, is when she first did a Queen's speech, I think. And
when she became the Queen, I'm guessing. Might be in the 50s, actually. I'm trying to think of when when the Queen's coronation was.
52?
Which
53?
I mean, we'll find out this season because it's in this season.
No, it isn't. That's Victoria, you goofball.
What the Wire? And the coronation and all
that. No, wait. Yeah.
On the BBC iPlayer, yes.
Yes. Right. No. Yeah. Yes. No. Sorry. I am. Yeah. I'm like, you goofball. You're talking about Victoria. No. Yes. Right. No. Okay, yeah, we will find out. So I guess we will look it up, even though we probably should know because we are British after all. But anyways, yes. So we have it.
Yeah, we are nerds.
We do get a speech every year from. It used to be the Queen, now the King, and it would be pretty much like this year we have done so many things, and to be fair, I don't really pay attention to them. They're not my bag. I'm not the biggest royal family guy. I'm not like a woo royal family. You're spending 80 million people's tax-paying money every year. Let's go. Like, you know, yeah. But anyways, so the Harriet Jones is now sitting where the Queen would normally be sitting. I believe that's yeah. And she's like, I just want to make sure speak to the people of Earth and to everyone out there, and I just need to ask one thing, one request, Doctor. If you're out there, we need you. I don't know what to do, but if you can hear me, Doctor, we need you. Help us, Doctor. Please help us. And whilst that's going on, Rose walks away from the TV and just like looks at the Doctor and breaks down because, again, planet Earth is fucked. And the one guy who can literally stop all this from happening is zonked out and dead. hitting the Z's. And then all of a sudden, while she's about to break down even more, all the windows smash like everywhere, and we find out that that's a sonic wave from the planet, not the planet, the ship entering the atmosphere at like such a high speed. It's caused like such a sonic wave. A sonic wave? Yeah, I think it's called a sonic wave. So, and then Rose at this point in time is like, "Fuck it, we're gonna go hide in the TARDIS," and Jackie's like, why? What? Why? And it's like, well, I'm sorry, but I'd rather be in the safest place on Earth than out here, because even though she can't do anything, at least the TARDIS would keep them safe. It's the safest place literally to be. Like, so
that is true.
It's a very smart idea on Rose's behalf, to be fair. And so she asks Jackie to start like getting food and supplies and stuff to keep in the TARDIS, even though the TARDIS, I'm assuming, I mean, it can make food. In previous Doctor Who, it could.
Does Rose know that?
Well, she must have been eating.
To be fair, this leads to my other thing of when right literally as they're outside carrying, she Rose then asks Jackie to then
drop the food and like,
drop
help.
all that,
and it's like, you asked me to bring the food.
why eat?
And she don't even help Carrie, because when they get to the TARDIS, Mickey and Rose are still holding the Doctor dragging him in, and she's still with bags, so she dropped the bags for no reason. And
she's still got bags. She's got the cup of tea, which is all you really need in a Christmas invasion.
Exactly, yeah. Like a good cup of tea, a good Yorkshire tea. Mwah. And we can assume, actually, no, we can't assume. I think Russell T Davies has said that he's Tetley's fan, so.
You can ask Jackie, the actor for Jackie, which one.
Right, yeah. I mean, surely she would pick Yorkshire because it's the best. Anyways.
That's what
whilst that's going on, they're dragging Doctor into the TARDIS. It cuts to Harriet Jones been getting called forwards by the Sycorax. Like, are you the leader of this planet? Like the main honcho, the one who makes the executive decisions? And she's like, yes. So she gets teleported with a translator, her assistant, one of the unit sergeants, and the scientist who sent up the blood. Why not? And and they Sycorax take off their helmet, and they're like, the scientists are like, oh, maybe they're like us. And then they take it off, and it just looks like, I mean, it looks like a human.
Like when they take off like human.
It looks like
films. They take off things.
It looks like you ripped off your skin. It's muscle. It looks like it could be us. It's muscle. Like, yeah, if I ripped off my face, it would look a bit like that. So
yeah. Well, depending.
I mean,
if
overall,
how deep you're ripping off.
Yes, that's true. I will say it's a cool design. I think the Sycorax have quite a cool design.
Also, how far in the future do you think it'll be when there's the whole world will agree to have just one world leader? Because right now we've got a bunch of world leaders,
honestly, and we don't
for each country and like place and all
honestly.
That,
I don't know, because
I reckon it's not going to be for a long time unless we can all agree, because there's wars going on, and at that point we're going to have to make peace to not have wars, and then they've got to agree. Oh yeah, there's got to be one person.
Well, you say that, but like history kind of proved that didn't work out, didn't it? Because technically, England was one of the greatest empires going at one point, and they controlled a lot of countries, and that was just one.
Yeah, but
that was one person doing it, one leader.
I reckon.
Could it happen again? Maybe, but I think the thing is, I don't think it would ever happen. I guess I can't. I guess I can't cross it out, but I don't think it would happen, but it could. It could. I'm not gonna say no, and then it happens, and me look like a fool. I just think there's so many different. I think there's so many different countries. There's so many different politics. It would be so hard for one person to be the person everyone agrees. Like, oh yes, you should be the one.
Well, even then, like, you'd probably still have someone be in charge of that country. Just have someone who's overall in charge of it all.
Yeah,
that's completely like unbiased with everything. And
well, if we're going into Doctor Who universe, the Doctor.
Fair point.
We got back
another thing.
Go
that we should actually like, due to some recent controversies surrounding the actor for Mickey. I don't know his name.
Right, yeah, we should discuss this. So there's been some controversy. Now, I'm not going to say he's done it yet because I think it's still an allegation.
Yeah.
But he has... I won't say it, but he has done some bad things. And so when
allegedly done some bad things.
Yeah, allegedly done some bad things. So when we do praise Mickey, we're praising that character, not the actor.
Yeah, because
the actor, if it's true, screw him. I don't like the guy. Mickey, still a legend.
20 years ago, Mickey.
Yeah, 20 years ago, Mickey. The character himself, the character we like, not the actor. So before you guys go watch the Series 1 podcast or any future episodes of Mickey in, we are only saying we like Mickey as a legend, not the actor. So if we ever see the actor Nicole, I think it's like Nicole Summit or something like that, Nicole Summit. When we see him on screen, we're cheering for Mickey, not him. We just want to put that out there before.
No Clark.
No Clark. That's it. Yeah. And he has been accused of other stuff in the past. So yeah. So I'm just I did suggest it. We should probably just bring it up. So thank you for reminding me. But just so next time like Jackie pops up in Girl in the Fireplace, I believe, and we're like, woo, Mickey! It's not because of the actor. It's because we like Mickey as a character.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
when it came up, I was like, okay, we're gonna have to like address this because people after obviously could still watch those old episodes.
Exactly.
Like, you like this
guy? Is a bit dodgy that. Again, it's alleged. No, it might not be true.
It's all alleged.
But because it's alleged still, we have to be careful and not make it look like we support the actor. We support Mickey. Mickey would never.
Mickey would never.
Right, anyways, we'll
He's
get
still
back.
hung up on Rose even all the time.
All them years later, even when Rose gets with Meta Crisis Doctor, he's still hung up on her. Even when he gets with Martha, he's hung up on her.
Spoilers, Jesus.
Everyone will forget by then.
Yeah, that is like a few months in time.
Yeah. So, anyways, they take off the masks. We're going back to when the Sycorax take off the masks, and we're talking about the muscle face we see now.
Yeah.
Now I've just got the image of do you know Muscle Man when he gets his skin ripped off? I'll put it up on the podcast, so I'm not fully going off topic. I'm still showing you what I mean, but yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I feel like I'm seeing now when yeah. Anyways, they pretty much say surrender or we will kill all type A. Like pretty much saying we we've shown you what we can do. That button right there. So, and then the scientist steps forward, the guy who sent up the blood, and he tries to plead and like show mercy, like, this is my fault. Do not do this to the human race. We don't deserve it. And then the Sycorax leader just pulls out a whip and like wraps it around his neck and it like electrifies him into bones. And then the sergeant of unit then steps in like, you can't do that. There must be some kind of law. And then gets also killed to the bones. And it's like, shit. So now it's just Harriet Jones and the translator, which must be a very pleasant. The assistant must be getting a nice paycheck after this. Anyways, yes. So, anyways, and then the point was saying yes. So either you give us half your population, and we will pretty much make them slaves, or we kill 1/3 of your planet because they can only control 1/3. But what would you do in that situation? Give up 4 billion people, or get or get 2 billion people killed? Let 4 billion people be slaves, or 2 billion people die.
When was this? 2005?
Yeah. So 6 billion people as of 2005 was on the planet, if that's what you're looking up.
Was it only 6 billion compared to?
Oh yeah, well, we are hibernating at a fast speed nowadays.
Breeding like rabbits.
Honestly.
Well, you don't want to get 4 billion people killed.
So you would say surrender. You would, yeah.
Surrender.
But while she's needing to make this decision, we cut back to the gang all getting into the TARDIS, and they lay the doctor down, and Jackie like, let's all have some tea. Why don't we have some tea? So she pulls out a flask, and then she's like, oh shit, I need to go get the other bags. So she hands like Mickey the flask and just say like, okay, I'm gonna go over and get the other bags. And then Mickey's like, okay, well, while she's doing that, can the TARDIS somehow like you know how to control it, right? And
I get it.
Yeah, like you know how to like control it. And Rose is like, nope. It's almost been like erased from my memory since I did it. Which I didn't even know if she knew that she controlled it, because again, she woke up dazed from last episode saying that like The last
No,
thing she
I
remembered
think
was
so. She would have remembered how to, because when she got that energy in, that's how she controlled it. She probably pressed a bunch of buttons to control it, or as it is a psychic being, the TARDIS psychicked it back.
Well, that's the thing. She didn't press anything, does she? I think she just stands there whilst the TARDIS is going through a vortex because, again, it's feeding her mind and she's feeding it. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. So, yeah, she
who-
didn't actually know how to, she didn't know actually how to control it.
I wouldn't say she ever knew. She probably knew when she had the energy, just not
Yeah.
anymore.
Anyway, so but yeah, she's like, no, and then he's like, okay, well, is there some way we can maybe at least, see out and see what's going on this monitor? So he goes up to a monitor and accidentally presses something, and it like releases like a signal, like a doo doo, and then the Sycorax ship immediately gets alerted, like, there's alien tech on this planet. You've got foreign technology on this planet, and we immediately like teleport the TARDIS onto the ship, and Rose is like, my mum's taking a while, so she's like, back in a minute, and Mickey's like, okay, and then she steps outside and she immediately gets like, held hostage by one of the Sycorax guards or whatever, and screams. So Mickey hears it, drops the tea of an open flask of tea, open, and
Let's tighten it. Don't waste that goddamn tea.
You never know when you might need it. Anyway, so he runs out after and also gets held. And she then Rose and Harriet then like actually bump into each other and like, kind of, reunite, should I say.
Reunite and it feels so good.
Right. But while that's happening, we see that the tea is starting to spill into the TARDIS's like wires and stuff and starts to steam. And then it cuts back and like Harriet is like as if she's with the doctor, but Rose is like, no. Which I don't know if she's lying, saying that as if there's no one on the TARDIS, or she means no one. He's not with us anymore. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead in the water. Is she saying that as a?
Probably.
Is she saying that like
I
as
think
a?
She's just doing it to protect the
Doctor, do you think?
Yeah.
But yeah, but it's also kind of true.
Don't even know if they're listening to her. So.
Well, that's true as well. Yeah, that's true. To be fair, how does the Sycorax know what those are saying? How do we know English?
Maybe they've got to translate themselves.
Yeah, probably do. They probably do. Earth is very behind in technology compared to everyone else, so apparently. So, but yeah, so
I don't know. They found the translator for an alien language they've never encountered.
That's true.
That I know of.
So, anyways, it cuts back to seeing now full-on vapors in the TARDIS, and the Doctor now breathes in some of that vapor, and then breathes out some more regeneration energy, and it's like, okay, these vapors are doing something. And then the Sycorax leader then says to Rose, whilst the translator reads out, like, what's he saying? So he's like, the yellow girl, she has the clever blue box, so she will speak for your planet. And then Rose, to be fair, and before, I'll say it before I say what she says, she does a damn good job of trying to sound scary. Or not scary, but, like an alien expert. So what she says is, I address the Sycorax according to Article 15 of the Shadow Proclamation. I command you to leave the world with all authority of the Slovene Parliament of Vaxacoliphatorius. I think that's like the best way I've ever said it. Okay. And the Guelph confectionery as sanctioned by the mighty Jagrafes and the Daleks. Now leave this planet in peace. The fact, I love that she lists like every single monster she's ever like alien she's like bumped into. Like she talks about the mighty Jagrafes, the Savine, the Guelph, like the Daleks. No, yeah, I just love that she lists off them as if like they're all actually
the Shadow Proclamation thing.
That's not been mentioned before, so that is setting some up. Like that is actually a true thing in Doctor Who now, but we don't know of Shadow Proclamation yet. But they are actually kind of like the police of space, so that is actually good on Rose for knowing that. Because I don't think we find out who Shadow Proclamation are until series 3. I don't think.
It doesn't get shown until season 3.
Is it the Shadoon the first episode with
It's
Martha?
like it's Martha's thing.
Yeah. But yeah,
it's first mentioned. Apparently, I think it was like it might have been something off screen or something that was meant to.
I thought it was like Russell T Davies, so now it's just setting up another thing for Doctor Who lore. Like,
yeah, but the thing is, how would she know that?
Well, she might have bumped into him before. Again, they have some adventures off screen, don't they? Like, so she probably says it. She knows what it is, but we don't know what it is, and I don't think it was mentioned until that point. So I don't think. So I think it's just like a little breadcrumb, a breadcrumb for the new series. Who is the Shadow Proclamation?
It was mentioned in the episode, which is kind of, but thing is, why say Article 15 as Shadow Proclamation and then the Doctor dies apparently something right?
Because she probably
unless she's heard the Doctor say it, which is
she might have at some point in her adventures with him. She has done some stuff with the Doctor we haven't seen, so he might have brought it up in conversation at some point.
Maybe.
And I think it's also good for us to hear some what we don't know, because when she does say Article 15 of a Shadow Proclamation, it's like that sounds like actual something, lawful of space. So I think she does a fucking bang up job of sounding professional for the Earth.
Yeah, apparently it was an off-screen adventure saying it then.
Yeah. That's what I assumed.
Unless it's in an audio book kind of thing.
Well, the fact that you've not found anything in the fact I believe I'm correct.
So it says in Doctor Who, Rose Tyler learns about Shadow Proclamation through her travels with the Doctor. Specifically, having heard him reference it previously.
Yeah,
and so she says it.
So yeah, but then after she says that, I almost said the girls start laughing. No, the Sycorax all just like burst out laughing, and we started with darkness next to you, and as a wailing child, and if you're the best the planet can offer as a champion, then your world will be gutted. But like, whilst he's speaking and getting all that translated, your world will be gutted, he says in English, and then they all realize like, you said that in English. And it's like, I would not speak in your tongue, not like filthy tongue or something like that. But like, it's all in English, he's saying it. And then Buzz is like, wait, but like, that can only mean one thing. For an awesome fucking moment of Doctor Who. Like, it's like everyone moves aside, and it's like, that can only mean one thing, and they all look back at the police box. TARDIS doors swing open, and the Doctor's there. And it's like, oh, goosebumps. Generally goosebumps. I think that's such an awesome scene to just like, but that can only mean one thing. Got a good score played, and then just look back at the TARDIS to see, well, yeah, the Doctor open up the door, and it's like, woo!
It opens inwards. That is such stupidity. It doesn't open inwards.
But yeah. So the Doctor opens up the door, and it's like you kind of get that like weight off your shoulders of, oh thank fuck, we actually got someone who knows what he's doing now. And
I love how cocky Rose even sounds when she's like, you are speaking English.
Yeah, you're speaking English. I think because she immediately locks in like, wait a minute. This can only mean one thing.
You ain't doing shit to me when
you ain't
he's
doing
around.
shit, bitch. And looks back at TARDIS. You ain't doing shit, bitch. Look back, but the doors don't open. Oh, fuck. Just gets killed. No, but there was just a little bit of an error with the TARDIS and it started translating again. No, so yeah, so the doors open up, and then the Sycorax leader then gets the whip and tries to like whip the Doctor, but the Doctor just grabs the whip with his bare hand and tugs it out and just goes up to the Sycorax leader and is like what does he say? Is it she just like, wait, I am busy? He just really stern and just walks up, and it's like, Nikki! Like, he just like really wholesomely like goes up to everyone like saying hi and stuff, and then it's just I already can tell that I like this doctor just from the way like he's so like fucking Nicky. But then he goes up to Rose and like gets really serious, like leans in, like you think something's about, and it's like, now, first things first, be honest. How do I look? And it's like Rose replies, different, and the doctor's like, ask, good different or bad different, and she's like, just different. And then he's like, am I ginger? And she's like, no, more like a light brown. And she's like, and he's like, oh, come on. I just want to be ginger once.
I've never been ginger before. And you, Rose Tyler.
And you, Rose Tyler, you was going to abandon me.
Fat logo you been, you were going to abandon me.
Yeah. And then for him to be like, oh, that was rude. Am I rude now?
I'm not gonna lie, there's a look on her face. She doesn't look like pissed off or like shocked at him. It's like,
no.
She looks turned on.
Let's be realistic, because that is true. Because this the next moment is a nail in the head of Rose and the Doctor becoming love interests. So the Sycorax leader then interrupts and demands the Doctor to know who you are, and the Doctor's like, I don't know. And it's like, that's the thing. I am the Doctor, but beyond that, I just don't know. I literally do not know who I am. It's all untested. Am I funny? Am I sarcastic? Sexy? And he winks at Rose, which is immediate. All right, yeah, okay. I see what's going on here. I know your plans, Russell D. Davis. Am I old misery? Living alive and soul? Right-handed, left-handed, a gambler, a fighter, a coward, a traitor, a liar, a nervous wreck. Judging by the evidence, I've certainly got a gob. and then it's like, and then I'm going to read what when I see this. But no, wait. And how I'm not going to read into this when I see it. A great big threatening button. And the Doctor examines the button and is like, okay, where is this button? And he opens it up and tastes like the blood, and it's like, type A. With a bit of iron. And then the Doctor's like, and there's one thing you should not do is like, doesn't he say it's just something like put a big menacing red button in front of me, and like he literally just slams down on it, and like Rose and all that think everyone's gonna kill themselves when they do it, and they're like, no, but then it cuts to everyone now stepping off ledge and stuff like it. Yeah, it is like
out of this trance and
yeah, and then the Doctor's like, a bit of blood control. It's just a bit of cheap voodoo. It's like hypnosis. You can hypnotize someone into walking like a chicken or singing like Elvis, but you can't force them to die. You can't hypnotize them to death. Like the human soul, not a human soul. The survival instinct's just too strong, or something like that. Like so, yeah, it's like it was literally just a bit cheap voodoo hypnotism. That's it, really. So that's all they could actually do. And then the Sycorax is like, that is only one thing. We can do so much more. And then the Doctor, I didn't actually write down the quote, but then the Doctor starts to say a quote. And like, it's like, the human race, blah, da, da. Like, he says, but then he's like, wait a minute. That's the Lion King.
Oh, that's the Lion King.
So if you want to know what it is, either look up just Dr. Lion King or watch the Lion King. But he says a quote from Lion King. And then he's like, wait, well, anyways, you get my point. But then he challenges him to a sword fight. Of like if I win, you leave Earth. If you win, you can conquer Earth, pretty much. And we can get an awesome sword fight. Granted, the first bit of the sword fight doesn't go well for Dr. Oz. There's a bit of stumbling around. He's not really winning. So he then takes it to the ledge. He's like, let's go outside for some fresh air. So they're then fighting and stuff. And then it has like an awesome slow-mo like, of them two fighting. But then the Doctor stumbles and gets knocked down to the ground, almost falling off the ledge. And then the Sycorax leader cuts off his hand. And then the Doctor's just like pure flabbergasted, like, you just cut my hand off. And then the Sycorax leader walks away like, woo, like cheering. But then, when he stands up, he's like, and now I know what sort of man I am. I am quite likely, by chance, still within the first 15 hours of my regeneration cycle, which means I have just enough visual cellular energy to do this, and just just grows back his hand. Which I get that it's in the first 15 hours of regeneration. I get that, and like exactly that. But if his hand gets cut off, could he not just use his regeneration, what he has anyways, to grow a hand back? Because he heals with a song when she gets cut before, remember?
I think that's healing someone else.
Right. Okay. I mean, it don't happen, I guess, ever again, so we don't know.
Wait, no.
Maybe it's because
I think it's because like it's a full-on dismemberment.
Yeah.
It has to do it.
And
Whereas
also
Riversong's hand is being broken and it's getting repaired with all the stuff that's already there.
And also, to be fair, maybe when you have just regenerated that energy, because it's still kind of left in you, it can heal you, where if you use it when you're not in a regeneration cycle, maybe that actually uses up some of your regeneration energy, which turns out he's got infinite, so... But that's going to be fun to get to.
We don't canonize that.
We don't canonize that. That's one thing we are just not going to cover on Dot2 or Whovian Wire. But anyways, then froze the doctor. Froze. Jesus Christ. The doctor sword, and he's like, and I do want to know the best thing. This is a fight in here.
I'll send you a meme after that when you sent me that.
Yeah.
I'm not repeating it here.
No, yeah, don't repeat it. Don't repeat it.
It's not quite PG.
Yeah, it's not. Let's just say it wasn't fighting hand that I got sent back in return. So anyway, so then the doctor just whoops the Sycorax's ass pretty much. Like it literally just within seconds of him getting this new fight in it, he's like knocks him to the ground, and then he's like, leave this planet. Like he spares him pretty much, and like says, and never return until and just never return. And when he starts to walk away after sparing him, putting the sword in the ground, and then he gets his dressing down put back on, and then just realizes there's a Satsuma in it. It's like, Satsuma, your Uncle Howard or whatever. It's a very unusual guy, but it's like. Yeah, and I just love that he goes on a bit of like a monologue about Satsuma, and then you just see in the background the Sycorax guy stand up and start to charge, and then the doctor just seriously throws something at a button with a conveniently placed button, what conveniently opens up a bit of the floor. Not all of it, just a bit. The one spot what needs to be open.
I was expecting... I thought that was a door button because I don't see any other buttons.
That's the thing. There. It's like a very conveniently placed button with...
Then again, why would the door button be on the outside?
Well, when it shuts, maybe it doesn't open without it. I don't know. But again, why is there a button?
Why would you want intruders coming in from intrude the window?
But why is there a button that only opens up a bit of a floor? Not all of it, just a bit. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
Executions?
I mean, I guess. But, granted, I just want to quickly post it in this now, so a future series. The hand of a doctor falls down to earth. That's all I'm going to say.
It does come back.
It does come back. That's why I'm mentioning it now.
Keep your thinking cap on for it.
See you in 2 years' time for when we get to that. No, about maybe a year. No. Within a year, I think.
6 months-ish.
6 months.
It took 3 months to get through the first season.
Oh, God. Anyways. So,
Probably about less. 5 months.
But then, so the Sycorax guy falls to the ground, and then he's like, I know, and then he's like, no second chances. I'm that side of a man. Which I think is a good way to go through life. Again, he literally spared him and said, just leave and I'll leave you be. Go have fun. And he did try and kill him. But I think it kind of like, you're starting to like get a picture of like what this doctor is. He's witty. He's got like charismatic funniness to him, but also like when it gets serious, he can get serious. So you kind of get like that feeling of, okay, I can work with this guy, I think. And then the doctor goes into the rest of the Sycorax's thing and says, never come back to this planet. This planet is defended. And pretty much says, just don't come back. I'm defending this planet, unless if you want to see that happen to you guys, what happened out there, just go away. And so they all get teleported down to Earth, and the ship begins to leave, and they're all celebrating and like having a laugh and all that. And Harriet Jones goes up to the doctor and like asks like, how many like species are out there? And like the doctor's like, oh, there's hundreds, thousands, millions. Like there's, and your planet is getting loud. You're gonna be getting more and more aliens coming your way, which you can see there's concern on her face. And then
I think is right, but I think the Doctor's an alien. There isn't just bad aliens out there.
Well,
obviously, yeah, you can be defended, well, like fortified, but at the same time,
I'm not saying that you should have like no like planet defense, but when you've literally got the Doctor,
I feel like what Harriet is doing is she's gonna just like always put up arms,
yeah,
whenever an alien things and like shoot first, ask questions later kind of thing.
yeah.
Which with aliens with much more better technology, they're gonna get fucked.
Exactly, yeah. But and then the assistant who she's with gets a call and like walks off and gets a call, and then Jackie like meets up with the Doctor, and they're all still having a smashing time. Not many people died, only 2 people died. The ship's gone. Everyone's celebrating. 2 billion people are still alive and not under hypnosis anymore. So everything seems swell. And then we find out that Torchwood is ready, according to the assistant. And Harriet Jones says, "Tell them to fire." So all of a sudden, like green beam, beams,
Green beams.
yeah,
yes.
beams shoot up and make like a coordinated fucking one massive beam will shoot up, and like it destroys the Sycorax's ship, and and then it just cuts to the Doctor like full on like anger pretty much, and and he says that was murder, Harriet Jones, and then Harriet's like tries to defend herself, and she's like, well, yes, but I need to keep this planet safe, and it's like, and I like, yes, you might be here sometimes, but you're not always here. Look at what just happened. And it's like, my guy had 1 day off. 1 day off. Like, you've literally got code 9 for this guy. He's normally around to help. He was around Slovene. He's been around. The planet would have been gone billions of years ago if it wasn't for this guy. Are you seriously saying
there is a whole foundation for this being UNIT for this type of thing?
Exactly. UNIT has it under control.
Torchwood,
exactly.
Which we find out about.
Yeah. Well, future Torchwood, but yeah.
There was also Torchwood already been mentioned in Bad Wolf through one of the questions.
Was it? I don't remember that.
Yeah. When the weakest link, they ask and then they say Torchwood.
Oh.
One of the answers was Torchwood.
I can't brush over that one. But yeah, so and then the Doctor's like, the Doctor's like, I shouldn't have said, I should have said, I should have told them to run as fast as they can, run and hide because the monsters are coming, the human race. And then Harriet Jones is like, that is my human, that is us, and I'm going to defend this planet. And the Doctor's like, I should have stopped you. And then Harriet Jones then is like, does that make you, Doctor, an alien threat? And it's like, how the fuck dare you say that to the Doctor? How dare you? Have you just found something about Torchwood?
Yeah, I was right. It was first. It's first mentioned in Bad Wolf.
Right, okay. I pushed over that one apparently.
I'm trying to remember what the question was.
That's going to be quite hard to pull up randomly, isn't it? I think.
Keep talking, I'll come back to you.
Okay. Yeah, so whilst Josh is doing that. So yeah, so pretty much Harriet Jones is like, yeah, like, does that make you, Doctor, an alien threat? And it's like, mate, you cannot say that to this guy. You cannot, like, there's anyone on Earth. You can say that to fucking Mickey if you want. You can say that to Buzz, but you do not say to the Doctor, does that make you a alien threat? Like,
well, you can't say it to Mickey and Rose because they're thinking.
No, but like, I'm just saying, like, anyone out there in the whole of Doctor Who you could say it to, but the one guy you would never say that to is the Doctor. He's like the most merciful kindest person going. He has actually protected your planet for all his life, pretty much. Right, go on.
That is true. The Great Cobalt Pyramid is built on the ruins of which old Earth institution? In which the contestant answers touchdown, in which the intended answer was Torchwood.
Right. Okay. I mean, that is some serious breadcrumbing. Right. Where did that go, man? I know we brought it up before, but where is that breadcrumbing gone from Russell T Davies? That's actually some good bread, because you don't actually know much.
The breadcrumbing is good in this new season. With with.
Are you talking about the Harbingers?
I would say, yeah, the Harbingers and all that. Like, it was good, but it wasn't obviously this. And half the stuff that was breadcrumbed never got answered. Like, everything got answered at the end of Part of the Ways.
That's the
everything got answered in. I think actually the silence, when it comes to the thing, the silence
that got answered in. Oh no, it was Series 6, wasn't it? I think, was it not?
Yeah, series.
No, that was Series 6.
It got answered in Series 6, but I think I could be wrong, but it could have also been brought up in Series 4. I just don't remember for it.
No, it was a Matt Smith. It was a Matt Smith thing. It was in the 11th hour when the silence first get mentioned, because it's the first, the alien the Doctor goes against, but Matt Smith's Doctor goes against, and she says, "Silence will fall, Doctor," or something like that, and that's like the first introduction of like. So that's like the first sign of something's up. So, but still, I mean, Stephen Moffat.
I thought it was like Torchwood in that and the Android question.
But let's be realistic. The series breadcrumber here is Stephen Moffat.
Yeah,
but both predicted with a song years in advance. And at this point, I don't even know if he knew it was going to be a showrunner at one point. So you got to give him props. But yeah, anyways.
He probably just kept on asking,
because, like,
can I just put this in? Can I put this in?
Again, Torchwood doesn't get too much actually said about it in Series 1 or 2. Series 2, we do find out a bit about Torchwood and what happens and why.
Find out completely at the end, yeah.
Well, no, Series 3 is Torchwood Series 1 comes out in 2006 when Series 2 is airing, so fair enough. But we don't actually know much. Like, it's like there's breadcrumbing, but we find out more.
But we find out what Torchwood is at the end of Series 2, I mean.
3.
No, 2, because Torchwood it's that foundation, that thing is that the Doctor and the army of ghosts and all that.
Wait, oh shit, is that Torch? I've completely forgot that. Because
that's why the Doctor was pissed off at Jack for being the leader of Torchwood.
Right. Well,
because he's still under the
he's under the impression that it's right.
You know
what? I you can tell I've brushed over that one. Fucking hell, because I thought it was because Queen Victoria set up Torchwood after her interaction with the Doctor in like 1902 or something like that, and she said, I'm building Torchwood to pretty much go against you. Like, we're using Torchwood to go against you, and then that's why I thought the Doctor didn't like Torchwood that much. But okay, that makes sense. Right. Anyways, let's actually get back to the episode now. So Harriet Jones is like, is that an alien threat? I've already said that 3 times, so we'll move on from it a bit. And then the Doctor says, "Don't challenge me, Harriet Jones, because I am a completely new man and I can bring you down in your government with a single word." And she says, "You're the most remarkable man I've ever met, but I don't think you're quite capable of that." And it's like, "No, you're right. Not a single word, just 6." And she's like, "No, you can't." And he's like, 6 words. And then he goes up to her assistant and just literally whispers in her ear, "Don't you think she looks tired?" And then just walks away to Rose, and we all start walking away. And immediate Harriet Jones starts to break. Like, that strong character she had on immediately breaks, fumbles under the pressure. Like, what does the Doctor say to that assistant? So she runs up to the assistant like, "What did he say? What did he say?" And he's like, I don't know. It was nothing. And he's like, "Doctor, what did you say?" Immediately, she's crumbling to the pressure of like, what does the Doctor say? What 6? Like, and to be fair, if someone said that to you, like, "I've got 6 words and I could ruin your entire life," you would literally be like, "What the fuck?" So, and the fact it's like, I literally think like if she just took that with stride, it's fine. But it's the fact she's generally now got in her head the paranoia of the Doctor has said something, so she just breaks. Anyways, we then get a very awesome fucking montage of like the Doctor trying on outfits, and I love this. Like actually seeing the Doctor's like wardrobe and like a new bit in the TARDIS room, which we never see again after this one episode. But it's nice to see that the wardrobe and stuff like of the TARDIS, like with a really insane spiral staircase, and like there's some music playing. I think it's called Song for 10. Like it was made for Doctor Who, I believe, the song, and yeah. So whilst he's like trying an outfit, it cuts to like Jackie, Rose, and Mickey all like preparing for Christmas dinner and stuff, and it's like wrapping up a nice Christmas special, and then the Doctor picks his outfit, which will become pretty much like the hallmark of like you think of Doctor Who, you think of that outfit, you think of 10, don't you? So
yeah,
it's like the sandals, or I think that's what we call them, Converse.
sand shoes.
Sand shoes, yeah. Yeah, Converse. A long brown jacket and your striped suit. It's pretty much the 10th Doctor's outfit, and it's beautiful. I like this a lot more than Chris Eccleston's. Like his is good, and I guess that he wouldn't put much effort in because he has just come off a Time War, so just throw a leather jacket on, wear a green shirt, jobs are good. But this one actually feels like a proper outfit for the Doctor, I would say. So
it's iconic for him.
Yeah.
Like,
so anyway, so he pulls up to the flat and Rose sees him in his new outfit, and you can tell there's already chemistry. This is not platonic no more, but you can tell there's a chemistry. Like Rose is fallen for him pretty much immediately. And so they're all like, again, just having Christmas dinner. It's a really nice wholesome scene. And then we see Harriet Jones on TV getting interviewed, and like all the news reporters and stuff are like saying, are you gonna resign? Are you done? You fall under pressure and stuff. And she's like, I'm fine. But you can tell that she's immediately fallen. Like, literally, them 6 words has ruined her entire career. And then they get told that it's snowing outside by one of the neighbors, so they all go outside like happy and stuff. And then the Doctor's like, that's not snow. And then Rose is like, what? And it's like, that's ash. And then they all, like Rose and Mickey and all that, stop playing in it. And it's like, oh. That's ash from the spaceship and just breaking up from debris in the atmosphere. But yeah, and then he's like, yeah, and oh yeah, and then Rose is like, so what are you gonna do now? And the Doctor's like, I guess go back to normal, go on some adventures. And she's like, alone? And he's like, oh, I mean, I thought
you'd want to come with you.
But I mean, I understand if you don't want. And she's like, no, I thought you wouldn't want me to come with you. It's like they've both kind of got lost in translation, thinking they both didn't want each other to come with them. And yeah, that's pretty much how the episode ends, with like Rose like saying where we're going, and then he's pointed up into the sky. It's like a very nice closing episode, and that is the end of the episode pretty much. I'm quite happy with this episode.
Yeah, it's pretty good,
and it's a good first episode. It's a good first Doctor episode, new Doctor, even though he's asleep for 80%. But that's 20%. I generally think. But again, he yaps so much. He even admits that he has such a gob, but he yaps that much in that last 20% of the episode, where he feels like he's been in the entire episode, kind of.
That is true, yeah.
So, yeah. So overall, I think that's a really good introduction to the Doctor. And yeah, what's your rating, would you say, for this episode?
I would say it's probably about an 8.
I've given it an 8 as well, actually. Yeah. Okay, I didn't know if you were going to be like a 7, but no, I would say an 8. I generally think it's got a nice fun vibe to it. It's a good Christmas special, which Doctor Who now is like, it needs the Christmas special. It's like, it's a part of Christmas tradition, and this is like what kind of made Christmas Day feel good, was these kind of Christmas specials. And yeah, hence why I was happy when Russell T Davies was coming back saying that he was doing Christmas specials again, because Jodie's obviously was New Year Day specials, which just wasn't the same.
No.
Because Doctor Who should be on Christmas Day. Shoot me. I don't care. Yeah. So 8 out of 10. That's quite good. I would say it's an overall good episode, and we get to look forward to the beginning of series 2. And
Yeah.
first episode being New Earth, or is it New Earth?
New Earth.
Is it just New Earth?
I think it's just New Earth.
Right. Well, we know what time it is now. Alan's fun facts. Woo! Hey, it's what you all wait for. I know. So David Tennant is credited as the Doctor, as opposed to Christopher Eccleston, who was credited as Doctor Who. The changes in the credit was done by Tennant's request, and occurrence parallels Peter Davison's request for an identical change in his credits, Peter Davison being the 5th Doctor. Which, I mean, it's sort of, but I think that's just better in it, the Doctor instead of Doctor Who. Yeah. Because, I don't know, like, the name is the Doctor, it's not Doctor Who. Yeah. That's how I like it.
He only calls him the Doctor.
Well, this marks the first time in the series that any room in the TARDIS other than the console room is not seen on screen. It's also the only appearance in the first Russell T Davies era of an area of the TARDIS outside the console room. So yeah, just
I wouldn't say it's outside. It's more just above. There's meant to be stairs that way down to it.
Yeah, but you don't see the console in it, do you? It's. I guess it was meant to make it feel more high budget, and then we just never use it again. The TARDIS wardrobe contains a Hogwarts uniform, which is from David Tennant when he was fresh off appearance as Barty Crouch Jr. in Harry Potter and the Crouch in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, because he was in that film. So I think that's a fun little nod, because you don't like notice it if you don't pay attention, but if like next time you watch the episode, you can look out for that, because I guess that's like a fun little nod. Some consideration was given into moving to high definition recording, but it was ultimately decided to retain the digital Betacam format used during series 1. I don't know why. They didn't want to upgrade.
Was it the same budget, or was it more budget?
Well, it was filmed after series 1 got done, so I'm assuming ratings were already in for series 1, so they knew they could put more money into it, but I don't know. So does that mean series 2 already has better camera quality? Because I thought camera quality stays the same until series 4. But maybe I'm yapping.
No, if they kept it with the same, then I think it changes probably with like halfway through.
Well, apparently we're getting better cameras in series 2, then I'm assuming. If maybe was thinking about it for the Christmas special.
In Martha's seasons, that would definitely be better.
Yeah. So maybe series 2 as well. Maybe I can't think. I don't know. I'm assuming it will be higher quality. So yeah. Oh, also means for the still shots it will look better. Woo!
No one go blow it 720p.
No, is it 720 or 480 or something? It's not great.
Oh.
But yeah, I don't know why they kept that. Freema Aggerman, I can never say her name, auditioned for the role of Sally Jacobs, one of the assistant people in unit. But the production team felt that she was deserving of a more prominent role. She would later play Adela Oshodi in Army of Ghosts before landing the role as Martha Jones.
Oh.
So she wanted to be in Doctor Who. She kept auditioning.
Imagine doing that. You go from like a side character that's just like whole purpose is to just get killed.
Yeah.
And then immediately to a companion.
I mean, that's quite the flex.
But it's not as good as a side character that's meant to get killed and then to become the Doctor.
Well, yeah, that's actually true. That's true. And a deleted scene saw the 10th Doctor realizing that his predecessor's fantastic catchphrase no longer suited him. I feel like they could have kept that in, to be honest.
Wait, which one?
Fantastic. Because at the end of that episode, he says fantastic. But then I'm assuming they had a deleted bit where after he's like, oh, I don't think that works for me or something like that. I feel like we could have kept that in because...
I mean, they could have kept it in and being like,
exactly. but I think because he doesn't use it again, and then every new Doctor has like a new catchphrase, is what they use. I don't really know why I got rid of that, to be honest. Maybe it's not like major. Yeah, exactly. Alonzi.
Alonzo.
I've been waiting so long to do this. Yeah, and then obviously Geronimo for Matt Smith. Does Peter Capaldi have? I don't know. But okay, sorry. A fantastic Alonzi and Geronimo.
Just tells everyone to fuck off and then just does whatever.
Yeah, generally, fuck off. Fuck. He's just Scottish. That's what he is.
Scottish.
He don't need a catchphrase. He's Scottish.
Scotland forever.
Scotland. You call this thing a little war? No, but yeah, that's the end of fun facts. It's a good episode. 8 out of 10. I'm happy with, and yeah, we begin in series 2 of Doctor Who next week. So you've got that to look forward to. We also are planning on doing a video for the 8 episode thing we've mentioned before, but we will probably be getting out within the next week or two. So another thing to look forward to. And yeah, if you enjoyed this, subscribe to Whovian Wire, and yeah, have a fun life. I don't know. Awkward at goodbyes.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.